The building was built in 1928 as the showroom for Packard cars in Charlotte. And Packard's a good American entrepreneur, so we thought that was kind of an interesting connection point for us. So this space over here on the first floor is going to be, we're going to create as what we call an entrepreneurial conversation cafe. Think of it as a free Starbucks for entrepreneurs. That's where until the building starts connecting, we're going to have people meeting in here, groups like IMEF, which is the Inception Micro Angel Fund, W3, Charlotte Angel Partners, BIG, the Business Innovation Growth Council, CR Tech. So we're really opening the space to any group that wants to meet here with the idea we want as much traffic flow through the building in terms of entrepreneurial organizations, innovative organizations, to really bring the building to life. The physical space happens to get people in the same space, but it's really not about the brick and mortar, it's about the community and the connectedness. Yeah. So we're going to open this space back up so you can imagine how much more this will feel like a community as people are going through and you see people meeting on a daily basis. So this, for example, came with the building. There's a nice little cherry on top, but there's a new power grid that was put in less than 10 years ago, emergency generator backup outside, raised floor, cooling unit. We think for around $30,000 we can get this whole center operational again. Using it as a building amenity to give free rack space to tenants in the building, but also be able to give server space for our entrepreneurial community that kind of needs it. This is kind of a warehouse space. It's got nice high ceilings, so we're going to turn this into a photo studio and simple video production studio. With this being kind of controlled pass-through room, this we're going to turn into a recording studio for the ability to do recording sessions, internet production sessions, whatever we need in this space. Fourth floor main part of the building. So if you open up, you can see you get a nice wide footprint. It's about 15,000 square feet. If you look over here, you can actually see on some of the cement beams old numbers. Those are actually the parking spot numbers from when this building was a parking garage 80 years ago. This would be the same on the second, third, fourth, and fifth floor. Would all look like this. When we went to market, we did tried to build a pretty strong coalition. We got some funding for job creation from the city, the county, and the state, and they were actively involved and very supportive. Center City Partners, the Charlotte Chamber, we've had just really great support. And some organizations, honestly, that historically kind of got knocked for not being entrepreneur friendly. In the last 24 months, I think we've seen a real change about people's attitude and willingness to help entrepreneurs. You can get the behind the scenes tour of how to get to the roof. So we think this is one of the nicest features of the building, which is you come up here and you get a beautiful view of uptown Charlotte and kind of what's going on. All the hot water needs of the building will be done by solar and potentially photovoltaic solar panels up here as well. It's kind of a role model of what you can do in uptown Charlotte. Come this way and I'll show you where we're building the outdoor patio space. So this is the roof that we're going to be taking off. The 2,000 square feet on the far end of that roof is coming off, and then the fourth floor is going to become the outdoor patio space. And this area right here is going to be the kind of the assembly hall for entrepreneurs, where we think we can house up to 200 people to have investor days, launch days, plus do all the training for all the different community groups. We think this will be the best Panthers tailgating spot, assuming we have a football season, the best Panther tailgating spot in the city. I'm sure we can never get the Observer to come down the stairs. So that's the difference between blogging and the Observer. You imagine if you're standing here, that again is going to be the city park. That whole stretch, right from there all the way down past that little street's going to go away, and that will all be the city park. And then baseball right on the other edge of that. Isn't this awesome? This is what sold the building. It's hard to stand up here and not fall in love with the building. And you get a great view of all the big buildings in downtown. I actually think it's kind of symbolic of the small but mighty entrepreneurial building in the shadows of all these big bank towers. I think there's some great symbolism there. Launch parties on March 28th, which is kind of the kickoff for what we're doing. That'll be before construction begins, so everyone will get to see what the building looks like now, but they'll get to see the plans for what we're going to do for the building. If you go into Meetup, there's a Meetup group for Packard Place launch party, so go join the Meetup group. It's also on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, so easy to find. From there, we're starting construction around April 1st, May 1. Major construction going on till about middle of September, with the hope that we'll do a grand opening ceremony, hopefully up here on this deck when it's all done, October 1st of this year, and then wrapping up construction by the end of the year. So, there you go.